Guys, welcome to Idyllic Learning. Today we are going to talk about string formatting in C Sharp. As a software developer, you have to write C Sharp code to combine and format literal and variable data to create a new value. And that value might be displayed, saved to file, or sent across various applications. Fortunately, C Sharp provides many ways to combine and format such kind of data. Now suppose you are working on some application where you want to display the output on the terminal. Now that output can be a literal text, some numeric data, or text based data. Now try to think as a developer how you are going to format it according to the situation. In this module, we are going to talk about how to deal with such situations, which will help us in becoming a better developer. We'll use character escape sequences to format literal strings of text to include special characters such as tabs or new line to format our data. Also, we'll learn how to concatenate strings. Also, we are going to learn how to concatenate two strings together, and we'll also learn to use string interpolation to create a new string template with replaceable values. Suppose we are working on an application where we are required to develop and design an invoice for the client using C Sharp. We can achieve this using character escape sequences. What is a character escape sequence? An escape character sequence is an instruction to the runtime to insert a special character that will affect the output of your string. In simple words, in C Sharp, the escape character sequence will help us in formatting our output. Now, here is some text. Now, there are two cases. In first case, we want to display welcome to in first line and idyllic learning in the next line. So what we can do is, if we run this program now, it will display the output as welcome to in the same line. Now, in order to get the desired output, what we are going to do is, we are going to use one of the character escape sequences, which is a new line sequence. It is written as \n. \n means move the cursor to the next line. So any text which is followed by \n will automatically be displayed in the next line. Now if we run our program, we'll get welcome to in one line and idyllic learning in the next line. Now in second case, we want to show some space between welcome to idyllic learning. In order to provide spaces, we can use another escape character sequence, which is \t, also known as tab sequence. What it does is, it will automatically add 4 spaces or a tab between two words or characters automatically. So any character or word which is followed by \t will automatically displaced 4 spaces to the right. So if we run our program one more time, we are going to see the output as welcome to, then 4 spaces and idyllic learning. What if we want to display idyllic learning between double quotes? Or in other words, what if we want to insert a double quotation mark in a literal string? We cannot directly use double quotes inside a string. This will confuse the compiler, and the compiler will throw us an error stating that there is some syntax error detected. So how this can be removed? To handle such kind of situation, we can use escape sequence. Any character which is followed by \/ will be ignored by the compiler, and will be considered as a special character. Again here, if I want to display the double quotation mark at the end, again I am going to precede it by a backslash. Now if we run our program one more time, we'll see that idyllic learning is represented with double quotes. Backslash, it can be used in many ways, such as displaying a path. For example, if we want to display some path, let's say program files, and if we try to write it without using any escape, then the compiler will again throw us an error, and again the solution here will be, if we precede this with another backslash, then the first backslash will be ignored by the compiler and the next backslash will be considered as a special character. So again, if we run this program, it will print the path with a single backslash. So now let's say we want to display a very basic invoice to the customer or the client, and the invoice looks something like this. Since we want to display Stark Industries between double quotes, we are going to use backslash escape sequence followed by double quotes. Similarly, we are going to use backslash followed by double quotes. So if we run our program, the output will be invoices for Stark Industries. Now our next line will be console.writeLine invoice number, let's say 1001, and the status of the invoice. If we run our program now, you'll see that it is currently displaying invoice number 1001 and the status of the invoice as complete. But we want to maintain a gap of 4 spaces or a tab between invoice number and the status of the invoice. So here we can use \t or tab sequence to space. Now if we run our program one more time, you will see that a tab has been automatically added between 1001 and complete. In order to provide more space, we can use tab sequence twice or n number of times. So here, now if we run our program, you will see more space has been maintained between invoice number and the status of the invoice. There's one more thing we want to do, which is we want to display an extra empty line between our customized message and the invoices. So we are going to use \n to add that extra empty line. Now if we run our program, you will see that a line has been added between the customized message and the invoices. I'm going to quickly duplicate the original line and I'm going to add one more invoice and run our program one more time. Here now you will see that there are 2 invoices displayed at the output. Also we can add some exclamation mark just to make it more beautiful, and it is going to display them as well. To some people, these type of escape sequences may look little bit complicated, and sometimes these also cause lots of errors when we are writing complex code. There is an alternative to escape sequences which is known as verbatim string literal. A verbatim string literal keeps all the white spaces and characters without the need to escape the backslash. To create a verbatim string, we can use @ directive before the literal string. Let me show you an example. For example, I want to display this output at the terminal using verbatim string. What I am going to do is, I'm going to first take help of console.writeLine, and this time instead of using any escape character sequence, we are going to use verbatim string literal, which is denoted by @ symbol, Then we are going to begin our string using double quotes and start writing the text of that string, the text we want to display to the user. I'm going to write. Now if we run this program, the compiler is going to display the message as it is. So here you can see hello is displayed in one line, while welcome to idyllic learning is displayed in the second line in the same way as we have written in our original code. So verbatim string literal removes all the complexities introduced by escape character sequences. Now we can quickly try creating our invoice using verbatim string literal. Suppose we want to display the path for our invoices, we can use verbatim literal to display the path. First of all, we are going to print a message stating says can be found at the below following path. Then in order to display the path, we are going to use verbatim literal. Again, we are going to use console.writeLine. In that, we are going to pass at the rate as the first parameter. Then we are going to write the path inside double quotes. So I'm going to write the path as C drive downloads Stark Industries invoices. And I'm going to close this with a semicolon. Now if we run our program one more time, you can see the following message and the path. In order to format it in a better way, I'm going to use a new line character. So I'll be adding \n 2 times just to get 2 lines space between invoices and the message. So if we run this program one more time, we'll get the same output in a much better formatted way. Our next topic is string interpolation. Let me first delete this one. Suppose we want to display on the terminal the output as hello Naruto, and we have been provided the value Naruto stored inside a variable called first name. So here we have a first name variable where the string Naruto is stored. So one of the ways to display this output is to use the traditional way, which is console.writeLine hello plus variable name. And if we run our program, it would display hello Naruto. Let me add an exclamation mark as well. But there is a better way of displaying the same output using string interpolation. Using string interpolation, we don't need to add multiple strings using the concatenation or plus operator. In other words, if we want to display the same message using string interpolation, all we need to do is first we have to take help of console.writeLine. Then in order to tell the compiler that we are interpolating the string, we'll be beginning our string with $symbol. And whatever string we want to display, we are going to write inside double quotes. Since we want to display hello Naruto and Naruto is stored inside the variable first name, we are going to write it in this manner. Hello space curly braces, and within these curly braces we are going to pass the variable name where Naruto is stored. At the runtime, this first name variable will be replaced by the actual value stored inside variable. So if we run this program one more time, we are going to get the same output. Now you might think, why do we need string interpolation when we already have string concatenation where we simply need to add plus operator. Well, when we have to write simple sentences, string concatenation is a better choice. But if we have to create complex programs, then string interpolation would be a better choice because it reduces the number of error occurrences which may occur due to misplacing concatenation or plus operator. So string interpolation can be considered as a straightforward, simplified version of string concatenation where we simply need to provide string and variable names without the need of concatenation operator. Let's look at one more example where we simply need to print welcome to idyllic learning. Here welcome to is stored inside a variable called greeting, while idyllic learning is stored inside another variable called name. So if we have to display the same message using string interpolation, then first of all we have to take help of console. Within this we are going to begin our statement with the dollar symbol, and then we are going to provide string or variable names inside double quotes. So since we want to display welcome to first, we are going to provide greeting variable inside curly braces in order to display idyllic learning along with exclamation mark, which I keep forgetting. We are going to provide another variable name called name inside the curly braces. Also, since there is a space between these between to and idyllic learning, I'm going to provide a space and end the statement with the semicolon. Now if I save this program and try to run this program one more time, you can see the output welcome to idyllic learning displayed as per the requirement. Next, we are going to combine verbatim literal with string interpolation. Suppose we want to display the following message on the terminal and the channel name, which is idyllic learning, is stored inside some variable. Let's call it channel name, and we have to display this message by combining verbatim literal and string interpolation. So we can combine these two by using console.writeLine. Within this, we will first introduce $sign to initiate string interpolation, followed by symbol for verbatim literal. Next, we are going to write our message in double quotes, and this will look like get all the updates by following, and channel name, which is stored inside this variable by using curly braces since we are using string interpolation. So within these curly braces we are going to mention the variable name, and we'll continue writing the message which is on X, and we are going to end the statement with a semicolon. Now we'll run this program and see the output. As you can see, we are getting the same output, get all the updates by following idyllic learning on X. So this is how you can combine string interpolation with verbatim literal and can print complex messages or complex text on the terminal. I hope you have liked this video. I'll see you in the next session.